Hello, and welcome to the Church of Fuck You. I'm St. Patrick. Well, church, I'm gonna need your help today. I'm a little confused about what's going on. I'm sure everyone's, familiar with what's going on as far as the whole immigration argument and the DACA, and everybody's trying to argue different points and different sides. Well, I'm just a little confused about the argument of the pro-immigration side. Now, if you listen to their argument, just flat out them talking about it, it makes perfect sense. But the problem is when they start talking about anything else that they are passionate about or have problems with, then the argument becomes extremely confusing. Let me give you an example. All right, they start the argument by saying, people should be allowed to come here to experience life and to, live the American dream and to be able to flourish and have a wonderful life. And we should grant them that permission. We should grant them that opportunity to have a wonderful life in America. Which, that's fine. On the surface, that is a very good, perfectly valid argument. Well, here's where the confusion comes in at. Because these same people will argue different things about America depending on who they're talking to or what they're talking about. All right, let me give you an example. They'll say, we should allow the immigrants to come here just because they have the freedom and they have the opportunity to, be able to get a job and to support their family. Now, again, on the surface, that sounds good, but these are the same people that argue that minorities can't make it in America. Minorities are always suppressed and always oppressed by the 1%, and the 1% takes all the money. So there is no money for anyone else. The 1% keeps it all, give everybody else scraps, give everybody else crumbs, and no one else can afford to live if you're a minority in America. So they're supposed to gain financial freedom by being oppressed by the 1%? Kind of explain that to me. It's a little confusing. Let's keep going. There's another thing they argue. They want to bring their children here to give them a quality education in America so that they can grow and they can learn and they can move on to get jobs. Okay, again, perfectly valid, good argument. But these same people would argue that the education system in America, is systematically designed to keep minorities in poverty. Okay, so the education system is broken, the education system is flawed, the education system does not want any minority ever to learn anything or to grow or to be educated, but these people should come here to get education. How does that work? All right, let's keep going, because that's not all. They say they want to come here and get a house, to be able to afford to buy a house and live in a house with their family and watch their children grow up in a wonderful house that, that America provides that opportunity. But at the same time, they argue that America does not allow minorities to get houses because either one, the companies that they work for only pays them $5 an hour, and no one can ever live off $5 an hour or $7 an hour. That's just ridiculous. Again, all the top people are keeping all the money for themselves, and they pay everyone peanuts, so people at the bottom, or the minorities, can never get ahead by buying a house. And even if they somehow magically found the money to buy a house, no bank in America will ever give a loan to any immigrant or any minority. Because, all the banks are racist and they don't want to give any loans or any housing, anything to minorities. So they're supposed to come here to buy a house that we won't allow them to have. Let's keep going, because, again, that's not all. They'll argue, vehemently argue that they come here for safety. Their countries are in horrible conditions, and they come here and they want their children to grow up in a safe and loving environment, and America provides them that safe and loving environment. At the same time, they argue that America is full of racist cops that's going around killing any minority that they see, and we're full of Nazis and white supremacists and KKK people who just kill minorities on a regular basis. So we want to bring these immigrants here, these minorities, just to be killed by cops and crazy-ass white people? So, okay, again, I'm trying to understand it. I'm trying to understand the argument. And that's why I need your help. That's why I'm trying to explain to you what I'm hearing. I need your help. Because one of the biggest things they talk about is, they want the freedom. America's free. And people come here, they want to experience the freedom of America. So this is the same America who, again, according to these same people, all we do is lock up minorities. So we just throw every minority we can in jail. We have the highest prison population in the world because all we do is lock up minorities. So we want to bring these people here to experience the freedom of being inside a jail cell because all we do is lock up minorities. Now I can understand some people may say, look, In comparison, their countries are horrible, their countries are bad, they're war-torn, is corruption in the government, it's violence everywhere, and in comparison, America is a much better place in these countries. And you know what? I can kind of agree with you on that. I can kind of give you that. I can go with that point. But that point was kind of, I would say, destroyed when some asshole called these countries shitholes, and then magically all these countries that these people are from are now the greatest countries in the world. They are beautiful, they are rich in culture, they're wonderful, they're filled with wonderful people, and anyone will be lucky in the world to live in these wonderful countries. So now we go from these countries are pretty much horrible countries that people are trying to escape to being the most beautiful, wonderful countries in the world. Which brings me back to my original question. Why are you arguing for them to come here? Because according to your arguments, if you just put them all in one nice little paragraph, you want these people to leave these beautiful, wonderful, rich, lucky to be lived in countries to come to a racist, oppressive, horrible America that is just set out to either kill or imprison or undereducate or whatever minorities. So if you want to work out your argument, I'll be happy to listen to it. But can you please just get one consistent argument so I can understand exactly what the fuck you're talking about? All right, man, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is St. Patrick. I'm out.